Headline from Newsweek. Worker says he quit the medical field to double his salary serving tables. Did you hear that? I want to make sure you understand. I'm not making this up. Newsweek article. Headline. Worker says he quit medical field to double his salary serving tables. Brett Buckley of Colorado Springs, Colorado, went into the anti-work forum. By the way, Alex, I did make my first foray into that. I just went and looked. I'm about ready to dive in. But there's an anti-work forum on Reddit, and he posted his story, and it went to the top. The 25-year-old titled his post, "I wasted 4 years in the medical field working at minimum wage. I went back to serving tables and now make almost $30 an hour." Newsweek contacted him, and he told Newsweek, "I've only been working at the restaurant a month, and I immediately became happier. Less job stress, less hours, finally have days off with the wife when I didn't before." He went on to say, "Ironically enough, I work at the restaurant with an EMT and a teacher. They both switched back to restaurant work like I did because they were overworked and underpaid." Now, I want to pause here, and I'm going to pick the story back up, but I want you to catch something. This is why I have a problem with Jerome Powell's and the Fed's goal to drive up unemployment on purpose. They think that that's what's going to drop inflation. Now, look, you got an EMT specialist and a teacher working with this guy who was in the medical field, and they're making $30 an hour at restaurants. Why are they making $30 an hour at restaurants? Because that's the pay that restaurants had to put out there to get people to come in. Do you think that that's going to go down? Jerome Powell does. He's an idiot if he thinks that. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But if he drives unemployment up, restaurants to stay in business are still going to have to pay the money. They're not going to all of a sudden drop it down to $20 an hour. The horse is out of the barn, folks. Does that make sense to you people watching in the lobby, what I'm saying? I mean, you're not going to change the hourly rates because businesses will pay whatever they have to pay to try to stay afloat to get people into work. And they're going to pass the cost on to the customer. All right. These people are making good money in the restaurant business now. I mean, that's crazy. All right, he goes on to say, "If I was paid adequately," this is the Buckley guy we're talking about, "if I was paid adequately as a medical care provider, I would have honestly stayed. But because the food industry allows me to take care of my life and not be burned out from caring for others with so little pay, the decision was so easy." One person responded. Now listen to this. This is where this gets troubling to me. One person responded and said, "I work in healthcare in the South. Hospitals can't hire CNAs, PCT unit secretaries, monitor techs, phlebotomists," those are people that take people's blood, because the wages are so low. Target pays more. Serving tables pays more. And this is for a large, very well-funded hospital. Now, if that's true, and I don't think that person's making this up, because I see this as well. These are medical support positions. So you don't have to have a degree in most of these that were mentioned. Okay? We're not talking about nurses. We're talking about medical support. My niece is a phlebotomist in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. All right? These are vital positions that are needed. They are also directly related to vital services, obviously, and caring for people in a big money sector. We've all seen healthcare bills. This hospital is well funded according to this testimony. Not to mention the amount of insurance I pay, and you to get services from your insurance company, you always feel like it's us versus them. What are the politicians doing about this? They're lining their pockets, is what they're doing, with the very well-funded, highly effective lobby machine from healthcare. Listen to this. And we've reported this on this show recently. The care that homes and rehab centers are so poorly staffed, they're not accepting new patients. Care homes and rehab centers can't hire anybody. And as a result, patients can't get in and patients aren't getting good care. And this is all insurance and medical stuff. Where are our insurance dollars going? It's big business. And I'm all for making a buck or two. But when insurance premiums are high and we feel like we got to fight insurance companies, I got to meet my freaking deductible, it's all a game. And our leaders are standing by. And we can't hire people because they're leaving healthcare to go serve tables. They go, look, I'll take a steak to you, but I can't take care of somebody who's dealing with medical issues or special needs because it's too stressful and I'm not being paid well. It's a 4-alarm fire, folks. And it's coming, and we're going to have to solve it. But what are we doing? What is Washington, D.C. doing? What are they doing? The same thing they always do. They distract you. They fight over the next election, who the last president was, who the new president is, who's this, who's that. And meanwhile, we've got this really crazy job economy right now with inflation, and Jerome Powell's goal is to drive unemployment up. Okay. All right.